30 followers.
¡Wow!
Subir mis tutoriales de bachata es súper fácil porque diseñamos Xfinity Internet con un 99.99% de confiabilidad de network.
Y Xfinity Mobile con Wi-Fi Power Boost que te da Wi-Fi ultra rápido en casa y donde quiera que vayas. ¿Bachata? No sabía que bailabas.
Lo que me falta de técnica, lo compenso con pasión.
Haz más de lo que te gusta y tan rápido como quieras con Xfinity Internet y Mobile. Hasta el 17 de abril, obtén Xfinity Internet de 300 megabit y una línea móvil Unlimited juntos por $30 al mes por un año. Y ahorra $1,000 en tu primer año comparado con Verizon y AT&T. Ve a es.xfinity.com. Requiere facturación electrónica y pago automático con cuenta bancaria registrada. Aplican restricciones. Equipo, impuestos y tarifas son adicionales. Después de la promo aplican tarifas regulares. Ahorros comparados a Verizon 5G Internet más una línea Unlimited Welcome y AT&T Internet 300 más una línea Unlimited Starter SL. Requiere Xfinity Internet. Velocidades reales varían. Velocidades se reducen después del uso de 30 gigabits por línea. Los límites de datos y los ahorros reales varían.
Upgrade your family vacation with an unforgettable escape to the Palm Beaches. From outdoor adventures and laid-back beaches to thrilling family attractions and animal encounters, the Palm Beaches have something for everyone. Discover premier resorts with creative kids clubs that will keep the little ones entertained while you enjoy world-class golf and spas. We are the original, the one, the only, the Palm Beaches. Plan your trip at thepalmbeaches.com.
Miami Marlins fans, we celebrate every victory together. But when life throws you a curveball, whether you're injured at work, hurt in an accident, or facing a disability, you need a team that knows how to win. At Werner Hoffman, Greg, and Garcia, we fight for you in personal injury, workers' compensation, and disability cases. With decades of experience, we make sure you get the benefits and compensation you deserve. Let us step up to the plate for you. Werner Hoffman, Greg, and Garcia, where Miami's injured find their strength. Call us now or visit wernerhoffman.com. Let's win this together.
Thanks for listening to Miami Marlins Baseball. Marlins Baseball is brought to you by ADT, the official smart security partner of the Miami Marlins, and Norwegian Cruise Line. Experience more at sea. With the 10th Inning Show, here's the voice of the Marlins, Jack McMullen.
Really good win for your Miami Marlins. They avoid the sweep at the hands of the Houston Astros, and they hit the road to Atlanta with a winning homestand. After sweeping the Yankees at home, they take 1 of 3 against Houston. This one was a nail-biter like 10 different times, but you know what? It's okay. 6-4 win for the Fish over the Astros. Jack McMullen, Kelly Sacco here breaking all this down. Where do you want to start? I have no idea where to start with this game.
Neither do I. So I am going to work backwards.
Okay, perfect.
Is what I'm going to do. Originally, I was going to start at the first. I'm like, no, I'm going backwards this time. How about the great defense in the 8th?
Yeah.
Calvin Fauché got himself into trouble, got himself out of trouble with some help from his friend. So let's talk about just the way that he had that fantastic play, was putting together such a nice at-bat against, who was it there in the it wasn't Smith. Was it Cam Smith?
It was Cam Smith.
Okay, for a second I thought it was Pena who pinched hit. It was against Cam Smith, who was putting such a great at-bat, was getting him check swinging, pitch after pitch on the inside corner, and then it was a little dribbler, and you would have hated to see that. They must be thinking the same way as I am on the monitor right now because they're playing the highlights.
There you go.
And you would have hated to see that run score on a little dribbler in front of the plate. Instead, Calvin gets off the mound and puts together a fantastic play, firing the ball across his body as his momentum is taking him towards the third base dugout. Perfect throw, got that second out. And then how about Edwards? Xavier Edwards has been airtight at second base, has so much confidence over there and gets such great reads on the ball. Dubon flares a little bloop in what looked like it might just land in shallow right field. That would have been another tough one, a little bloop to come in and end up tying the ball game. But Xavier Edwards just read that one perfectly. So great, solid defense really saved them there. And then let's go all the way back to the first with the answer back. The Astros come up and they get the 2-run home run by Walker. What do the Marlins do? Death by 1,000 paper cuts. 6 singles resulting in 3 runs. Answered back right away. That's something that we didn't see in the first 2 games of this one. So really nice to see the bats come alive, 14 hits total. So this was really all about the offense, and you love to see it.
Just awesome stuff. Last thing for you, Kelly. This team is like, it's annoying in the best way.
Exactly.
Like they're so pesky. They never go away over the course of an at-bat. it's really fun to watch this gritty version of this Marlins offense.
Yeah, that's the perfect way to put it. It's like they're that fly that you
Right.
just can't swat, that's just flying around your face all the time. You're like, wait, my goodness, why won't this go away?
Listen, you don't want that in your day-to-day life, but you want that from your favorite baseball team.
100%. You don't want that when you're sitting at a barbecue and
No.
you're trying to enjoy some food. No, but you want that that's exactly how you want your baseball team to be, because it makes it so much fun to watch because you know they're never down.
100%. Kelly Sacco, great working with you.
See you on the plane.
Yeah, see you on the plane. All right, before we break, Steven Strom was standing by with Graham Pauley, who clubbed a solo homer, his first homer here at Lone Depot Park, and his first homer in his second homer, as a Miami Marlin. Let's hear from Steven and Graham now.
Graham Pauley here, second home run of the season. Your team finishes off a 4-2 homestand. Why was this game really important before we head out for a three-city trip?
Yeah, we first series swept the Yankees, which is always great, and then we wanted to come out of here with at least a win at home. We 4-2 is a lot better than 3-3. I don't know. We put a lot of stuff together. We just wanted to keep being the same team that we've always been. So really not a lot changed, but today I think we were just focused and put everything together. So
What did you see offensively against Spencer Arrighetti?
yeah, he's got a good fastball and really good breaking balls. I think today we did a better job of keyholing him in a way. Didn't really chase him a whole ton. I think that's why we kind of just singled him to death. Not a whole lot of slug, but we put a lot of good ABs together. So
We did get some slug. We got your home run against Hector Neris. What'd you see on the pitch?
yeah, he's a guy. He's got a good right heater, a good splitter. I wanted to see him up, swing on top of the fastball, and not chase anything down. I just got a good pitch, the hardest zone heater, and was able to put a good swing on it. So.
What was your advantage from Calvin Faucher's do-or-die play at home?
Yeah, we're over here. Unbelievable play. High leverage situation. We needed a play, and he made it. Popped off the dugout, which is pretty funny, but looks really good tonight. So.
I'm with Graham. Unbelievable play from Calvin Faucher and a great play from Xavier Edwards as well. And a heck of a swing from Mr. Graham Pauley. Again, his first homer as a Marlin at Lone Depot Park. 6-4, the Marlins get the win over the Astros. When we come back, a run through the highlights here. 10th inning show continues next on the Marlins Radio Network.
No questions. But it's not as easy as the guy that worked for the New York Post.
First pitch to Troy Johnston, ripped into the right field corner. That is a fair ball. It short hops off the wall in the corner. They're going to hold Pauley at third, but Hernandez comes in to score from second. His first plate appearance in Miami. He's good based on the skill set. Kyle Stowers was bad for a month this year after he was amazing for 2 months and amazing for 2 more. Stowers hits one high in the air down the left field line, playable for Dominguez in foul ground. He makes the catch, but Johnson will tag and score from third base. It was in fair territory. If it was in foul ground, Dominguez might have let it drop, but he did make the catch. It plates another
75 and
49 or
49
something,
something crazy.
There's a shot deep right field. Going back is Bellinger. He looks up, and it is gone. Kyle Stowers has done it again. This time a 3-run shot off the lefty. 6-1 Miami. Marcy looking for his first major league RBI. Rips one deep to center. Grisham going back, turns back, looking up, backhander, off the glove. It hits the wall. Marcy rounding second. He will get his first major league RBI and his first major league triple. 7-3 Miami, and the rookie does it again.
Yeah, that's really cool. Obviously, just getting recognized for anything that you do in this game is always really special. I don't take it for granted. Honestly, just kind of more stoked about how we've been playing in all sincerity, and just hope we can keep that going. It feels good to just play winning baseball. What we've done the last couple months, I think, is just kind of take things one day at a time, kind of flush the previous day regardless of whether it was good or bad. And what great teams do is they prepare to win every day. It's not always just about winning, it's preparing to win, and that's what we've done a really good job of, and just kind of responding to the game. And I think that's what we hope to continue to keep doing.
GLP. GoodRx is not insurance, but can be used instead of insurance, including Medicare and other federal and state-funded programs.
Hey, this is Andrew Nardi, and you're listening to the 10th Inning Show on the Marlins Radio Network.
Marlins get a great W over the Houston Astros. They avoid the sweep 6-4, the final score on Wednesday evening. I would say afternoon, but it was a 4:40 first pitch. It is evening now at 7:57 p.m. Let's run you through the highlights here. Houston actually opened scoring right away off the bat of their cleanup man, Christian Walker. Junk working off the extreme first base side of the rubber. He's set, and he fires. And that one's smacked out to left field and deep. Hernandez is back at the track. He's looking up, and it's gone. That thing was shot out of a cannon by Christian Walker. 113 miles an hour off the bat. And another early multi-run homer for the Houston Astros. A 2-run shot from Walker. It's 2-0 Houston right away. But then, as Kelly Sacco called him, paper cuts. 6 singles in a 3-run first for the Marlins. We'll play you the 3 RBI singles first from Liam Hicks. 2-1. That one on one hop. That deflects off the shortstop to Bond's glove. Dribbles into left. Sanchez comes up firing. X going to try to score. And he's in safely with a head first dive. Xavier Edwards scores from second on a single that deflected off the shortstop to Bond's glove. And the Marlins are on the board here, 2-1. And there are still runners at first and second with just one away. Sorry for sounding like a cyborg. But the next RBI single was Otto Lopez, a hitter later. So the Astro defense after this pitch. 0-1. Lopez rips one up the gut. That is through for a base hit. Stowers getting the run around. He will score, and that ties the ball game. Throw goes to third to keep Hicks at second. Otto Lopez makes it back-to-back RBI singles, and all of a sudden we're tied at 2 in the bottom of the first. Here's the classic answer back inning for the Fish. Yeah. And then 2 hitters later, Heriberto Hernandez capped off the 3-run first for the Fish. A chopping ground ball, third base side, going to be tough for Correa. Picks it up, fires to first. It took Walker straight up. He had to jump to catch it, and he didn't land on the bag in time. It's an RBI infield single for Heriberto Hernandez, and everybody up 90 feet. Conveyor belt keeps moving. The Marlins take the lead, 3-2 Fish in the first. They added a 4th run, not in the first, in the very next inning on a productive out from Agustin Ramirez. 0-2. That one's smashed out to right on a line that's hanging up. Smith makes the grab, and that is plenty deep enough for Edwards to tag and score. Agustin Ramirez 105 the other way. That's a line on a sacrifice fly. It's the first out of the inning, but another run comes in. 4-2 Fish in the bottom of the second. Then to open the home third, the first long ball of the day for the Marlins, courtesy of Heriberto Hernandez. Reliever came on to get the final out. Hernandez hits one high in the air and deep, out to left. Sanchez is back at the track. He leaps up, and it's gone. Big Bird, homer number 6. Heriberto Hernandez with a solo blast, and it's 5-2 Fish in the bottom of the third. So that is how the Marlins jumped out to a lead that felt comfortable for a minute, but then former All-Star and MVP candidate back in Houston laced an RBI double to make it a little tighter. 2-2. That one lined into right field, and the runner, Johnston on the move. He reaches out and he can't get it, and that 2 hops off the wall in right center. Correa trades places with Dubon. Dubon comes in to score from second. It's an RBI double and a multi-hit day for Carlos Correa. 2-run game. It's 5-3 Marlins in the top of the 5th. But then the Marlins gave him a little bit of a stiff arm, said, I raised that run with another run and another leadoff homer to open the bottom of the 5th from Graham Pauley. And Fish up by 2. 2-1 pitch. Pauley drills high in the air, out to right. Smith is back at the track, and it's gone. Into the Astro bullpen, Graham Pauley with homer number 2 as a Miami Marlin. And now the Fish right back to doubling up the Astros. It's 6-3 in the bottom of the 5th. But then a half inning later, another RBI double from the teeth of the Astro attack made it close again. Caratini smacks one into left center field. That is getting down in left center, and it one hops off the top of the wall in left center field. Christian Walker getting the runaround from third. Relay throw coming home a little bit late. And that's an RBI double for Victor Caratini. And all of a sudden, it's a 2-run game. So Caratini made it a 2-run game. And that is where it held, thanks to excellent defense, as Kelly Sacco talked about. Calvin Fauché came on for a clean top of the 8th. He walked the first guy he saw in Christian Walker. Caratini then singled in the 8th. Yainer Diaz struck out, but Jeremy Pena, pinch hitter, singled to load the bases. And then the play of the day from the Marlins defense. 0-2. He threw a strike. It's a little swinging bunt left side. Calvin goes home. Augustine held the plate. A fielder's choice. And another exceptional defensive play from a Marlins pitcher. Fauché off the hill to the third base line. He picks up the chopper and he fires across his body. Augustine had his foot on the plate and he just beat Walker with that throw. Joe Espada is going to challenge. If that holds, what an insane play from the battery. And guess what? It held. The challenge, the play was confirmed. The Astros lost the challenge, and that was a huge out number 2 with the bases loaded. Then another great play, a hitter later, this time from the second baseman, Xavier Edwards. Is 1-1. That one flared into shallow right center field. X working back. X with a little bunny hop. And he makes the catch in right center. Xavier Edwards with a great beat. And he tracked down that little pop-up in right center to save the game for Fauché. Then maybe the least stressful inning of the day was the ninth. Blake Bacher came on. He got back-to-back ground ball outs to open the inning. Jose Altuve singled, and he put away Christian Walker for his second Major League save. Bacher set. He fires. And it's cut on and missed. Nasty slider. Walker out in front. And the Marlins lock up a winning homestand. They salvage and avoid the sweep at the hands of the Houston Astros. And on the heels of the Yankee sweep, the fish hit the road. Happy campers. Final score today, your Miami Marlins 6 and the Houston Astros 4. That's how this ball game sounded. When we come back, we'll hear from the winning skipper, Clayton McCullough. 10th inning show continues next on the Marlins Radio Network. And gone, and the 3-1 pitch. Augustine cranks out to left and deep. He didn't miss a stitch of it. Solo blast for Augustine, number 16 on the year. He got 98 over the heart of the plate and 112 on the way out.
All right, here's the 1-2. I got a question for you guys. That's Rip, left center field and deep. Grisham going back. It's going, it's gone. Goodbye. Agustin Ramirez has hit his second home run of the game in as many at-bats against his former organization, the Yankees. 2 solo shots. Have the Marlins up 2-0.
Why do these wins feel a little bit different against this team in front of this crowd?
I think it's just the atmosphere, for sure. Fans are making it feel like they're really special games, and I mean, we're playing good teams. These are the wins you need to get if you want to be one of those really good teams, and we feel like we are.
We saw 25 runs total yesterday between these two teams. You caught a shutout tonight. What separates Yuri from the rest?
I mean, I think he's just scratching the surface of what he could do. I think if you ask him, he didn't have his best stuff tonight, and that's just like a testament to how good his stuff is. I mean, he's going to compete like no other, and he's going to battle with what he's got, and I mean, he's got some crazy gifts.
What happened with the pitch comm? I saw you guys going back and forth.
Yeah, I don't know. He couldn't hear it. It wasn't working. It was only working every few pitches, so we had to figure that out. We were going to have to go old school if we couldn't figure it out.
How do you assess where this team is at right now?
I think we're just taking it day by day. I think everyone in that clubhouse knows how good we can be, and I don't think we're putting too much pressure on ourselves. I think we're literally taking it day by day, just preparing for that day and doing whatever we can.
Great win tonight, Hixie. Thanks for the time.
Thank you.
Just apply.
10th inning show rolls on. It was a 6-4 win for the Miami Marlins over the Houston Astros in Miami to send the Fish on an 11-game road trip. 5 and 4 days in Atlanta. Then 3-game set in Cleveland and a 3-game set in Boston to wrap. Let's hear from the winning skipper, Clayton McCullough, after this one.
You come into today looking to get some momentum back. Jansen gives up a couple of runs in that first inning. The team bounces back, 6 hits, 3 runs of their own. What does that say about where this team is mentally right now to be able to bounce back that way after a couple losses in a rougher setting?
It continues to speak to we talk resiliency a lot, their ability to respond.
to go down as we did, Jansen then really buckled down and give us five solid innings. And offensively, we were really certainly much better in the early going today in this game than the previous couple of days. Really good job working at bats, put a lot of traffic on the bases. Coming out right away off of the couple of runs and to come right back in the first inning and just move the ball around to a lot of places on the field and score some runs and punch back there was good. Now you're back in the fight, and so I think we were again showing the resiliency this group has shown on a number of occasions, and so really good sign again for our guys to come back and win this game, finish off the homestand with a winning record before we head to a tough stretch of 4 games, or 4 days there coming up in Atlanta.
You mentioned Jansen. Obviously, it's the 2-run homer in the first, but really settled down nicely in a way that your previous 2 starters weren't quite able to against this lineup. So what was he able to do today in terms of adjustments and things like that to be able to be so effective?
I think he made enough pitches. Again, like he threw a ton of strikes. And we've seen over 3 days that it's a talented offensive club over there. They're extremely aggressive. I think, him and Gus did a nice job of just, navigating around some and making some big pitches when he needed to. So, we needed those, the 5 innings that he did. He put down some good shutdown innings for us. I think they were important just to keep the momentum on our side early on as well. So, good work.
A couple guys homer tonight, and we'll sure get to them in the next few questions. But X, the table setter for you guys tonight. And, we talk a lot about Kyle and Gus, but how valuable is X to really making this offense go?
He does. In a lot of ways, that's what he does. He's a hit collector. It's how he can work at bats. We've seen a real aggressiveness come out of X. Seeing him get the head out and more on a number of occasions and pull the ball for some extra base hits. And that's what X does. Is he's just a really good hitter, and you can count on him putting together a really good at bat when he goes up there, and he takes some shots early in counts too. And once he gets into it bad, he really makes the pitcher work. And so I think we just seen this is the version of X that we expect, a guy who just sets the table at the top, moves the ball around. He's pesky on the bases, provides a threat there, and the play he made. In the 8th, running, getting a great jump on that ball, game saver on top of what, Calvin was able to do.
Just with the lineup that has 6 rookies, the guy that kind of flies on your radar so much, Bert, just what he's been able to do since he's been playing there.
Yeah, all Bert's done is hit. He's hit versus right, he's hit versus left, he's hit for power, he's come up with, hits with runners in scoring position, like him and Pedro have, even the last couple of days, put in some really good work, and Bert's been doing great. I think you see him to elevate a ball to the pull side like he did, like the kind of spin that he got on it for a home run is a good sign. We think there's more in there with Bert. Like there's a chance to even tap into more power. And again, like this guy just comes in every day. He's ready. He doesn't say a word. He's when his name is called, he is ready to come in and contribute. And really, he's since day one he's been up here. He's hit.
And Paulie, just 2 runs the last week plus, just what you're seeing from his swing.
The thing that stands out the most with me for Paulie since he's come back is the overall at bats are just better. Like he's getting himself in better counts. There's less chase early on. It feels like that with Graham. He's more relaxed. He's settled in a little more this time, and you see that with him getting himself in better counts, and he's buying himself better pitches to hit by doing that. And certainly nice for him to perform also in a much different fashion. The quality of the at bat, the discerning ball from strike, and winning some pitches to get you in better counts allows you the opportunity to get some swings off. And he's looked great. Nice to see him again. The same way, pull side here in the air, which just shows I think that the swing getting some more length through the strike zone. Is a big thing where he just has a little more margin for error with his bat path as he's attacking pitches. Yeah, Calvin Fauché. One, his stuff is electric. I think even Calvin, the 4-pitch walk late. Talk about that a lot. It's just, not a relievers walks and slug late in game aren't great, but what Calvin does
He's got phenomenal stuff. I mean, the cutter, the curveball, the fastball. He's got weapons to get himself out of jams, and the athletic play he made towards the line, off balance throw. Great job by Gus, and that's not an easy play either. You're shielded by the runner. There's a lot going on there, kind of last minute, but Calvin tells us all the time how phenomenal an athlete he is, and Calvin got to put that on display tonight.
Whether it's the hitters, Lake getting his save, just the different rookies, how valuable, regardless of what happens the rest of the season, this is for them moving forward.
Yeah, I mean, every day up here, every experience they gain, they just store it away, and it just I think it helps solidify their belief that they know they can play here, and that's on a individual basis. I know I can come up here and I can compete, and then from a team standpoint, that a game like today is a great one. And we'd had a big weekend last couple of days. We just got beat in a lot of areas, and then today to come back and do enough on the mound, make some really good defensive plays, and offensively to have a much better performance than we've had is a great sign. And Lake, I mean, really since he's come back, we've seen a version we knew was there. I think we've just seen a much more consistent strike throwing version. I mean, Lake has, the velocity's gone up, and he could always spin the ball. He's got the split finger. He's pitched in enough situations now where, going out there in the ninth like that is, I think Lake just, you saw him fill up the zone the way he did. So it just shows you the calmness that he took into that situation. And we just look at every one of these experiences we gain and are getting as valuable for us as we keep moving along.
5 games in 4 days in Atlanta, division rival, good series. Just what's your mentality coming into that one?
I think we just, take this one and we move on and just go try to play a good game tomorrow. I mean, it's going to be a tough stretch physically and mentally for both sides. I mean, it's a lot of baseball coming on the back end of this, 6 games in a row going into that. But all we can really do is, come out ready tomorrow. We'll have Yuri on the mound and go try to play well in game 1.
All right, that was the skipper, Clayton McCullough, after this one to get a 6-4 win for the Fish over the Houston Astros. We will step aside one final time. 10th inning show concludes next on the Marlins Radio Network.
In the 6th inning. There's a shot to right center field and deep. That'll hit the wall on a bounce or two. Going to second is Marcy. That's his first major league hit. Jacob Marcy, a double in the 7th inning.
1-0 pitch. That one a ground ball through the right side. That's a base hit. They're going to send Sanoja. That got under Caballero's glove. Marcy around third. He comes in to tie the game. And X, the possible winning run, is at third base.
Wildest games of the year for the Miami Marlins. First and third, Edwards is going line drive. That is a base hit. Marlins take the lead. Edwards around second, go to third. Ramirez with an RBI single. 10-9 Miami.
This is absolutely insane, man. 111 off the bat. Augustino Ramirez stings it into left. In one hop, Dominguez. David Bednar hates this place. 2-1. Ramirez with a little dribbler right in front of the plate. Catcher Wells picks it up. X comes in and scores from third. In the craziest game of the year, it's a swinging bunt from the former Yankee prospect, Agustin Ramirez, to walk it off. Speed Demon X comes in from third. This game is over, and this team is electric.
SSRIs, SNRIs, and blood thinners increase bleeding risk. Tell your doctor about planned medical or dental procedures. Learn more at Eliquis.com or call 1-855-ELIQUIS.
Good win for the Fish. 6-4 the final score. They avoid the sweep at the hands of the Houston Astros. And now the Marlins are on the road. They will take on the Atlanta Braves 5 times in 4 days. 7:15 on Thursday, 7:15 on Friday. Doubleheader on Saturday, 1:15 and 7:15, and 1:35 on Sunday. Tomorrow night, 7:15 first pitch. Yuri Perez gets the ball for the Marlins, 4-3 with a 2.7 ERA. He takes on Carlos Carrasco. Cookie, 2-2 with a 5.68 earned run average. Again, 7:15 first pitch on Thursday. Steven Strom gets you going with Marlins on deck at 6:30. Huge thank you to Carlos Beccari in studio today. For Stephen, for Kelly, I'm Jack saying so long from Lone Depot Park. Final score today, the Miami Marlins 6, the Houston Astros 4. This has been a presentation of Miami Marlins baseball on the Marlins Radio Network.
Number 1 on your car radio.